Hello YouTube, this is Retta. How are you tonight? I'm gonna do a reading. I'm gonna try to do at least one and maybe two tomorrow or so forth. Please remember to subscribe, click the like button or the dislike button, make a comment, and that's it. I'm re-looking at Manafort. I call him the Teflon Don. He kind of has that energy. If you guys, I did a reading on Paul Manafort way back when, and I said that they were going to try to use him as a bridge to try to get Trump, and to kind of use him to try to get Trump. I knew there was a woman had something to do with that aspect. I'm not too sure what. But I knew that they were going to try to do whatever they could do to try to get him to go after Trump or for something. So today, I know he got imprisoned and he's on like 23 hours of isolation out of 24 hours because of some type of witness tampering or talking to witnesses or whatever. And so they put him in jail because he was out. So he's in like solitary confinement. I believe they are saying for his own safety. I think that's why they have him on solitary confinement. He's up in age now too. So to me, I have a lot of different things going on in my head because I know, you know, Mueller, what they're arresting or what they're accusing him of some type of, I believe it's wire fraud or wire fraud. And this happened like years and years and years ago when it has nothing to do with Trump. They didn't, you know, theirs has nothing to do with Trump. So this is something completely different. And, but it's funny. It's like Mueller, he's the cherry energy. And he's so focused that, you know, he's so laser focused at his end result that, you know, he can lose perspective on things. And, you know, I'm just going off on a tangent. So we all know that Paul Manafort is the magician. And I always say the magician is a manifester. You know, they can make something out of nothing. They can, you know, pull things from the ether, their thoughts and ideas, and bring it forward. But if they're thinking of only negativity, they'll get more negativity. You know, just think of that Secret. You know, the movie, I always tell people who are the manifestors, who are the magicians, kind of think of The Secret. You are a natural secret, basically, that show The Secret. So whatever you focus on the most is what the universe is going to say, your wish is your command, and give you more of. So if you're focused on negativity, or if you're not focused on negativity, you know, that can happen. So we got to see, I want to see where Manafort is in his... And then also, I guess Mueller asked the judge to give 5 people immunity in regards to Mueller to testify. And I'm like, 5 people? You need 5 people immunity to testify? What the heck do they need immunity from? What are they guilty of that you're giving them immunity? I'm trying to understand. Are these people that, you know, need immunity because they were just as guilty or what? So I'm trying to understand what's really going on. So I want to see how my Teflon Don is. I told him to he just reminds me of like that energy. Okay, so I'm going to throw these charms. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Is that they want it to come fast. So they want this to come fast. And this is the infinity sign. The infinity sign can be the magician, because you always assume the magician with the infinity sign. You know, what goes around comes around. So whatever that is coming fast, they want like a figure 8, like it to keep turning. But I also see the bullet over here. So are they trying to get him to A, die? Or A, like commit suicide, or A, die, or they are trying to, if this is going to be, you know, the magician, are they trying to have a swift end to him, or a swift end to something, or a swift death. They're manifesting it. They're putting things in play to create the outcome. The clover is usually luck, you know, abundance. And there is this is the book of secrets. This is hidden, but it was upside down this way. So it's a book of secrets, but not necessarily the truth, because it's upside down. So are these secrets actually really true if it's upside down? So yeah, there's the secrets, but are you going to tell the true secrets, or are these just lies, you know, not really, you know, not really the truth. Okay, so in between, I always look at the house as the government. Even though the tower is the government, I always look at the house as in the government too. So both of them are kind of the house, the government, but this could be his house. I know they raided his house too, and they did get a well of whatever. So there was a well of information by his house. They found a well of information by his house. So they did find a lot of stuff in his house, but I don't think it had anything to do with Trump. But they want him to kind of turn on Trump or make things up. Could be to make things up on Trump, you know, to tell the untruths, the secrets that aren't really, you know, truthful. Are they still trying to, you know, use him as a bridge? The abuse of power, photographic evidence, abuse of power. So abuse of power, and they're using like photographic evidence, like photos or photographic evidence, like copy something. It's an abuse, a repetitive abuse of some type of photographic evidence, photographic things. Let's see what we have here. The birds chirping and mountains. So like this is between the birds chirping and the mountains. Just like how this well of information in regards to the child. Did he also have some information or a well of knowledge in regards to children too? Because it wasn't quite on the children, but it was in between both of them. So right here we have the birds chirping and the mountain, which is always like troubled times ahead, stuff like that. And this is, you know, the will, the weaver's will. So like, you know, weaving tails to cause trouble, weaving webs to cause trouble, you know, speaking things, gossiping things to cause trouble. I don't know. Also, the path between the path and the path and this kind of trouble is this woman, but she's turned over. So I don't know what that means. This would be the woman, she's turned over. This could be the Empress. You know, the Empress turned over. The Empress is also about abundance. This is stealing. This is the mouse stealing, but this is zero. So that's zero. So that's either the Fool energy, like naive or taking a risk, or it could be zero in regards to stealing, or it could be the Fool in regards to stealing, taking a risk. So what else do we have here? We still have in the Tower, which is the government, we have the Chariot upside down. So going forward is going to be, the government going forward with Manafort is going to be halted in some way. Remember, I said sometimes Mueller can be so razor focused that he loses his, you know, you get so focused that things around you explode. And this year for Manafort is the Chariot and the Tower. So you can tell that energy with Mueller is this year, because that's his energy too. So, you know, even though Manafort is the magician, this year his energy around him is to be the Chariot and the Tower, which is Mueller's energy. That's his birth card. So also was Manafort so stubborn and so determined and so focused that he caused his own demise? Who knows? That could be it too. So this Chariot energy has been halted. So that's either that it's also on the government. So something's going to be halted in regards to the government and it going forward. Something's going to be halted. Either Mueller's going to be halted, or even Manafort is going to be halted, because he has that chariot energy. Or the government's determination and laser focus is going to be halted. Okay, we have the garden. And we have the garden. And between the woman and the garden kind of was this skull, which means death or transformation. So the end. So the end of the public eye, the audience, it's either going to be end or transcribe, or there's going to be a death. Somewhere. Could be a wife or a woman, or somewhere. But it also can mean that the audience, the garden, the people are hearing it, may turn against them. You know, may turn against them. Also is the path. The path is usually a direction. It's going to be, and it's the enlightenment. So bringing things out is going to be chipped away. So it could be Mueller is going to chip away at whatever path that this guy takes and bring it to enlightenment, or things are going to be, whatever path that he chooses is going to get chipped away. And then the sun is the moon, which is secrets, but the sun is upside down. So it's getting chipped away, but the sun's upside down on the moon. So things aren't going to be brought to light. So maybe these secrets that they want, that they are trying to turn, is not going to see the light of day. We also have the tree, family ties, the key, and the heart is in between. So are they still looking in regards to Trump's family ties or Manafort's family ties? Or using that as a key, using his hearts and emotion as a key to get in. So that's just what these... Oh, what was this? This was also a spider web between finances and the heart. And the spider web is turned upside down. So I think Teflon might be Teflon and get out of this web somehow, some way. Because I see the web. He's not really caught up in that web that they think that he is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a reading on Paul Manafort and see what's going on with him now. Because he's an old man. They've had him in jail. He's been in jail. I don't know how long. He's probably been in there for a while. He's under, you know, solitary confinement. He's probably not in, I don't know if he's not in the best health. I'm assuming he's older and maybe on, who knows, maybe some heart pills or something. Let's see. Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort. We're going to use the Jeff Hardy's Tarot, because this is the only one I have right here available. Well, I have this after tarot, but I'm not in the mood to read with it. So, sorry about this. I've been... I don't know why I always get that Teflon energy from him. Okay. Let's see. Energy around him. Discipline. He's lacking discipline right now. Whoops. He's lacking some type of discipline. It's upside down. So he's lacking discipline. Let's see. Where is he at now? He's thinking about, does he have kids? He's thinking about his kids. He's thinking about better times. He's thinking about his children, what he's missing. He's kind of reminiscing right now. The cross to bear is his own mind, his own thoughts, and stuff like that. I think that things aren't so good for him. He's in confinement. So he's thinking a lot about his family. He's not probably in a good place of mind. He's thinking about a lot of unknowns. He's thinking about a lot of unknowns. Plus, this is showing like an eye detracting. So it's like, you know, maybe he's not seeing the reality of a situation, or maybe he's not seeing, you know, what's real, what's not real. Maybe he's actually having some eye problems. Maybe the confinement is messing with him. Maybe he's starting to not do well with this confinement that he's been underneath is he's going to be given an offer. The Six of Diamonds is nothing given, nothing gained, I always say. You know, a give and take. type of thing, and someone is giving him, an unseen hand is giving him a gift. It's either giving him a gift or giving his wife a gift. Someone is going to give him a gift. I don't know if he's going to if he's going to take it. In the past, you know, he was in the spotlight. He was kind of vulnerable. He thought, you know, he was in the spotlight. He was kind of vulnerable, you know. He thought that everything was going to be okay. Let's see what's on his mind is he's under, I always see this card as like isolation. He's under a lot of isolation. He's being watched. He's very isolated. I think that his mind is going from wisdom to dark things. He's sitting there with nothing else to do but think in time. He's thinking about his wife a lot. He's thinking about his wife a lot. This is really affecting his wife. You know, I can see her crying. You know, she's crying often. She's very emotional. Maybe this is what they're trying to give a gift. Maybe that's what it is, that they're trying to tempt him for his wife, or trying to get the wife to kind of say, come on, we're getting old. You know, listen, I don't know. But I feel like the wife is, and he's wishing, you know, he's wishing maybe I should have different, you know, he's wishing upon a star, like, can I get out, you know, this isolation. He's wishing upon a whole bunch of things, like, you know, maybe things should have been different, or I should have did things differently. They're going to offer him something. I keep seeing this, like this, offer. And there's going to be some victory. There's going to be some victory, a deal. To me, this is like the Four of Fire. So this is like coming together in partnership, a deal. And this is going to be heartbreaking. This is going to be heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So, is he going to make a deal with Mueller? I think the wife, it's like the wife is going to be the deciding factor for him, basically. Let's see. Is he going to take the deal or go to trial? So the first one is to take the deal. And the second one is to go to trial. This is an emotional, they want him, this is an emotional decision that he makes. They want him not to say, just like how that Clover was, that book, not to say how things was, but their painting of what it is. I love this card. See how this painting doesn't quite look like what this is. It's kind of not the same. You know, there's reality and then your interpretation of it. So, let's see, taking a trial. This is a chess move. This is a burden. So this is like a chess move. If he does take it to trial, you know, he has to be on guard because, you know, this is a burden. Do you really know your chess players well? Do you know 5 steps ahead before they do? Because it's you by yourself, and you're not even, you know, it's not even you by it's basically you by yourself, and you got these 2 people after you, you know, and there is that freaking... So this is the Queen of Wands. So this is the Queen of Swords. Is there a woman judge? She's holding it. Her hands up. Like holding it. Her hands up. So he has 1, 2. His emotions are telling him to take the deal and work together to paint whatever picture that they want him to do. The second thing is it's very burdenful, you know, to take it to trial. It's not guaranteed. Does he know his opponent's steps before he did? Right now, I think he's thinking about taking the deal because I've seen that heartbreak, you know, that feeling. But these are 2 things. And also, is there a woman lawyer or a woman judge? A woman lawyer? I don't know what it is, but this woman lawyer is like Holt. Or judge, whoever it is, got her hand up like this. So it's like holding it. So I'm not sure if he Is he up to play this game of chess? Does he know his opponent's, that's the burden. Do you know your opponent's moves? Are you the better chess player? And there's also something with this queen. What is she? Because he's trying to balance things, and he's walking a tight rope. Whoever it is halted him on it, halted him on this decision or his movements or where he goes next, because he's walking a tight rope and he's juggling too many things, and one false move and he's gonna fall. You see, you're juggling too much on this tight rope, and you might fall. Over here is the 5 of Cups. This will be the most heartbreaking decision if he makes this. To him, to him, to what he feels about himself. This will be a depressive, sad, everything if he chooses this. If he chooses that, it's going to be very emotional, very depressing for him, very sad, because he knows what they want to do. They want him to do. So, I want to see what he feels about Trump real quick. Let's see. What does he feel about Trump real quick? What does he feel about Trump? What does Manafort feel about Trump? Where's his feelings? He feels like he's walking a tightrope. He's juggling a lot of things. One false move, he's going to fall. And he feels Trump is the same, like they're going through the same thing. And he also feels like they can't have any communication. Both their movements and their communication has been stopped. So they're strangers now, there's no communication. He can't even get any help from him. He's trying to balance things. He doesn't want to. He's juggling a lot of things, and he feels like he doesn't want to say the wrong thing. He really doesn't want to say the wrong thing. His movements are being restricted, I think, because he wanted to move trial, but they're not allowing him to, so he's feeling kind of stuck, kind of confined, and there's like real no communication right now. What is his feelings in regards to Mueller? He feels Mueller is orchestrating everything to the way he wants, to get the outcome he wants. He feels that Mueller is orchestrating everything to the outcome, for the outcome he wants. For the outcome he wants, to be successful in what he wants. I don't know. Let's see. So Manafort is really thinking about taking this deal. Whatever deal is coming up, he's thinking about taking it. I can't think of anything right now because I'm half asleep. Is he going to get out of jail, or is he staying in jail? And it's a war. It's a war. This is a conflict. This is also the Emperor. Abundance, war. This is the Emperor. He's going to be, if he gets out, he's going to be on someone's puppet. 10 of Gardens, working on the details. I think he's going to take a deal. I think he might take this deal. He might just take this deal. He's on the fence of what he's going to do. He's on the fence. He might just take this deal. His emotional self wants to take the deal, because his mental, I don't think mentally I think this isolation and stuff is affecting him. How is this isolation affecting him? He feels like he's fighting a losing battle. It's a conflict, and he's feeling like he's fighting, like he's ready. He's given up. He's ready to. He tried to stand his ground. He's trying to stand his ground, but he has no it's like losing a fight in battle. He's like fighting someone on his knees, and the other person is standing. I feel bad for him, and his thoughts aren't right. Something's going on with his thoughts. This isolation is messing with him. I don't know if this is what their plan was, or whatever, but this isolation has got him kind of detached from reality. He's kind of, there's a detachment right now. His mental status isn't good right now at all. I wouldn't even suggest him. Well, they have him right in the position if they want him to make a deal. He's in the perfect position because he's mentally not right now. He's not seeing things correctly. You know, he's kind of detached. He's kind of like given up. So we'll do another read-in later for Manafort, but I just wanted to check in where he was now. All right, talk to you guys later. Oh, I still wanted to do the Tommy Robinson. I wanted to do it tonight, but I'm so tired. And I still got to do part 2 of Peter's reading. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. Whoops.